Good morning, my dear students. So, today I will start a new theory on heat transfer, that is, the plane wall with uniform heat generation. So, till date, we have derived some equation with respect to without heat generation. Now, we will follow the equation for uniform heat generation. Okay, so to derive the equation we have to take a element. So we have take a element which has uniform heat generation. Okay, so in the x direction that is the temperature, uh, in the x direction it is the length, and the y direction it is the temperature. Okay, so here it is at the origin, x is equal to 0, and here x is equal to L. So we will find out that what is the temperature variation and for this plane wall for uniform heat generation, and also we will find out a condition on which the maximum temperature is attained. Okay, so to find this thing, what we will do, we will take a small strip. I will take a small strip like this. Okay, we have taken a small strip which is at x direction, which is at x length from the origin, and whose length is strip length is dx. Okay, and the cross sectional area is a. So let us consider qg is the uniform heat generation. A is the area you have to consider. Uniform heat generation for the plane wall per unit volume. Okay, fine. So we will find out an equation for temperature distribution throughout this plane wall. Okay, considering that this heat generation is uniform. Okay, so here let us consider, here the heat flow is qx, and in this direction the heat flow is qx plus dx, because the heat has transferred throughout the distance of dx, and in this portion on qg heat is produced per unit volume. Okay, so what is qx? So qx is nothing but minus a dt by dx, right? What is qg? The heat generated in the element, it is nothing but a into dx into qg. That means qg is the heat generated in the strip, so it will be a into dx into qg. A into dx represents the volume, and qg, you know that the uniform heat generation per unit volume. So if we multiply heat generation per unit volume by volume, it will get the total heat generation. Okay, now as per the energy conservation principle, we know that the net energy remains constant. Okay, so if we apply the energy conservation principle between these 2 points, we will get qx plus dx is nothing but qx plus qg. Okay, now if we expand this qx plus dx in Taylor series, and neglect the higher order term, so it will give us like this equation: d dx of qx into dx. Okay, so it will give you this result. So qx can be omitted, So it will come qg is equal to d of dx qx dx, right? Now what is qx? Qx means nothing but minus ka dt by dx. So we can put the value over here. So dtx of minus ka dt by dx is equal to qg, and qg is nothing but, oh, here is dx, there a into dx into qg, right? So it will come minus ka d2t by dx2 into dx is equal to a dx into qg. So dx will be omitted, a will be omitted. So we have taken an isotropic material because k is constant as well as the area, cross section area is constant. So we can say minus k d2t by dx2 is equal to qg, or we can say d2t by dx2 is equal plus qg by k is equal to 0. So this is the governing equation for plane wall with uniform heat generation. Now we will manipulate this equation and we will find out the temperature distribution for this case. Okay, so using this equation we will find out. Okay, so that's why. Okay, now next what we will do, we will use this equation. Okay, so let me use this equation. Okay, let me use this equation. Okay, now case 1. So I will solve case 1. So case 1 says that if you consider, so let me draw the diagram once again. So this is the diagram that I am drawing. So this one x is equal to 0, this one x is equal to L, this is the temperature and this is the length x. Okay, so this is your strip that we have taken, this is the strip that we have taken, it is at x distance and it is dx. So that was the drawing I have drawn once again. A is the area. Okay, so case 1, both the surface has the same temperature, that is if this is the wall T1, TW1, T2 temperature, so both the wall temperature are same, TW1 is equal to TW2 is equal to T. So this is the conditions, TW, this is the condition. Okay, now d2t by dx2 plus qg by k is equal to 0, right? So this is the governing equation. Now we will solve the equation. So it is nothing but d dx of dt dx is equal to minus qg by k, or we can say dt dx is equal to minus qg by k into x plus c1. If we integrate this again, if we integrate this we will get t is equal to minus qg by 2k into x square plus c1x plus c2. So this is the temperature variation through the plane wall. This is the temperature variation through the plane wall, one-dimensional plane wall. Now we have to put the conditions so that we can get C1 and C2. Okay, so let us put the equation conditions. So when x is equal to 0, then t is equal to TW, we can say. So let us put the equation. Let us put x is equal to 0. So TW is equal to 0 plus C2. So C2 is coming as TW. Again, we will put the second condition when x is equal to L. When x is equal to L, T is equal to TW. So let us put it once again. So T is equal to minus QG by 2K into L square plus C1L plus C2. C2 is nothing but TW, right? Again it is TW. So TW is equal to minus QG by 2K L square plus C1L plus TW. So TW will cut down. So C1L will come QG by 2K L square. So as L is not equals to 0, so you can cut the L. So C1 is coming QG L by 2K. So we have got the value of C1, we have got the value of C2. So if we put the value on this equation, so what we will get? So it will come T is equal to minus QG by 2K x square plus C1 into QG by 2K x into L, sorry not C1, x into L plus TW. Okay, so if we write it in the shorter format, so we will get QG by 2K into L minus x into x. So if we get this value plus TW. Okay, so this is the equation for the temperature profile throughout the plane wall when there is uniform heat generation. Now I have told you that we will find out the condition where we will get the maximum temperature. Okay, so to get the maximum temperature, what we have to do, we have to derive this equation and we have to find out the conditions. So when dt by dx is equal to 0, then T is equal to T max, we can say. Okay, because if their gradient is 0, then we can say T is equal to T max. So when we will achieve this condition, so we will achieve this condition when we will derive this equation. So if we derive this equation, we will get QG by 2K minus into 2x plus QG by 2K into L is equal to 0. Okay, so as QG by 2K is not equal to 0, so we can cut this equation thing and we can say to minus 2x plus L is equal to 0. So x is equal to L by 2. So when x is equal to L by 2, that means at the middle of this portion, at the middle of this plane wall, we will achieve the maximum temperature conditions. Okay, now if we put the x value over there, so what we will get? So T max is equal to QG by 2K into L minus L by 2 into L by 2 plus TW. Okay, so T max is nothing but QG by 2K into L square by 4, 2K into L square by 4 plus TW. So T max is equal to QG by 8K into L square plus TW. So this is the equation for maximum temperature. Okay, so with this I am completing my today's lecture. Thank you.